before we go live now, so looks good.
Yeah, so the two maps chosen here are Semiramis by Carl Jr. and Halfpipe by Papu. So those two maps are locked in. The other three maps are going to be randomized afterwards if they need to be played, that is. There's a chance that we will only see two maps here.
Yeah,
But hopefully we will see more maps. Wait, there can't actually... Yeah, there will only be two maps actually. Right? 4 players. 8... No, there's 8 rounds. So yeah, there is a potential of 3...
But there are 6 rounds.
Oh yeah, true. Wait.
No.
Yeah, so... I'm too
Math time by
one-hat for this,
casters,
man.
oh dear.
I'm too one-hat. This is too dank. I'm out.
Okay, 2 players go through anyway. No. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's only 2 maps.
Wow, that is fantastic.
There we go.
That is a great. So the 2 guys that had the opportunity to pick their maps are very confident. Obviously, Pack with the massive no when Papu picked Halfpipe, that could throw him off. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, putting even more pressure on him to perform here on Semiramis, but you have to perform against the best of the best here. Good luck with that. We are gonna go live into the final 4 phase of this of the playoffs, of the final of the TNGL season, and well, I'm just gonna spectate Pack here. All eyes on him as he kind of needs to perform here on this map. Carl Jr. already falling behind a little bit, and it is Gwen who takes the lead so far. But here comes Pack like a rocket, shoots into first place, and leaving everybody behind. Already in the lead, looks good for him, although he struggles a little bit with that line here. Loses a bit of speed and now is letting Papu and Gwen pass him. It is not over yet though, the gap is not big at all. Papu takes the lead, but it can be anyone right now finishing first.
Oh, Carl Jr.
Yeah, go ahead.
An insane line there. He was 0.5 behind and now he closes the gap towards the top 3 here. However, not getting the greatest turn here. Oh, Gwen with a mistake. He clips his wheel. And entering the identity section everyone is making, we see completely different lines there. I think Carl Jr. will have a good line, but it is Papu who goes for an extremely low line and he collapses with the wall. He is out of this race and it is going to be Pack and Gwen entering lap 2. Neck and neck.
Oh my god, here we go again. No, well, I wanted to say this is gonna be an insane fight, but Gwen says nah, it's not gonna be an insane fight. Instead, we're gonna see Pack all alone in the lead, half a second ahead of Carl Jr. right now, the only one left who can come close to Pack. This is really good news for him, as we've said already. He needs to go. Oh my god, dreams are shattered. Pack has been removed from the street, and it is now
an easy win.
Yeah, it is just Carl Jr. being ahead 1 second here on the map he picked, right? And yeah, he's making it worth it, as he's right now on his way to getting finalist already.
He just needs to clear this identity with 0.7 of a second. I don't see Gwen actually catching up. I mean, Gwen is risking it, and there you go, makes a mistake, and that is finalist mode for Carl Jr. already. Papu with the DNF, also not with the greatest first line. And look at the time. This is the slowest time we've seen so far, comparing them to previous phases. 2:19.8. People were driving 2:19.0s. So you can definitely see that the pace is very slow here. But Carl Jr. knew that he was ahead, so no need to risk his precious first place, and he claims victory. Going into round number 2, Carl Jr. could put himself in the final of this playoffs, but he seems to struggle with the start every time he is behind.
Yeah, that is not good news for Carl Jr. I mean, at least he has finalists already. He's catching up a little bit now. Has more speed than his opponents. Already Papu coming closer and closer. But it's Pack in the meantime who does know how to do the start apparently, as he is in the lead once again. He has taken the lead of over 1/10 of a second, although Gwen is making that number disappear. going even negative as Gwen just went for the overtake on Pack already. A great turn by the French player, showing off what he can do there. And I think he's done that a couple of times already, where he knows how to risk that turn. And it is paying off for him as he is in the lead coming into the first identity. Here we go. Looks good for both players here. Zooming in on Gwen and Pack. Oh, Gwen has a really nice low jump in the end. That's gonna give him the confidence boost to keep his first place. Although Pack has a nice exit speed on that turn. Comes a bit closer, but Gwen still in the lead. Coming into lap number 2. Oh my god, here comes Pack. The rocket once again goes for the overtake. It seems like more Gwen has made a tiny mistake because both Papou and... What? Hello? Pack is gone. I didn't completely catch what happened there. But he completely lost his speed. Must have bumped into something. I don't know what happened exactly. But now Papou is in the lead. A back and forth between all the players. And it is now Papou in the end. The only one standing. Although Gwen is only 0.2 behind. And that is not enough for Papou to be really confident here. What the... What? Gwen... Are you kidding me? He does it again. Completely destroying Papou there in one single turn. He takes more than 0.3 of a second, but he clips. He comes to the identity. Papou is going full risk, but it is still Gwen in the lead. Oh, but he doesn't make it. Papou went for the DNF. Gwen is actually the one taking the win here. What a turn by him in the middle of the round.
Yeah, that was... And look at the time. You can instantly see it. The pace is so much higher than previous round. But that turn, you want to get that early grip. And then you just keep all the momentum throughout the left-hander. And great job by Gwen. Papou tried his best there, but it didn't pay off. And we do see a very, very different Pack driving here. A very shaky one. Maybe he's feeling the pressure or nerves a little bit because he is making some very terrible mistakes. And right now he is not getting the greatest start whatsoever into round 3. It is also him getting the lower gear, and look at the time loss that he is having. He needs to hope that the other players in front of him are going to make some mistakes, or else this is already lights out for Pack here. Not getting the greatest speed out of this middle sector either. It is, however, 2 finalists, Gwen and Carl. Both now in first and second, but it is Gwen with an extremely good turn. Once again, that left-hander, he is nailing it every single time. But the identity seems to be a troubled sector for a lot of these players, as Gwen is losing a lot of speed. I think he caught the lower gear. It is indeed gonna be low speed for Gwen. Can he clear these jumps? It is looking extremely low, but he definitely is pushing it. We have Carl Jr. with a very wide line, and that is not going to pay off. However, he is getting a lot of speed in this start-finish line, so he might catch up. Yes, it is also Pack catching up towards Gwen and Papou, and this is the very first round where we see the potential of these players. 0.2 of a second between all of them. But it is Gwen who has the finalist status enabled, still leading the race. Papou in hot pursuit. It is 0.03 of a second. It is Papou who collides with the grass, who clips the grass a little bit, loses a lot of momentum, and goes from second place all the way down to last now. It is all up to Gwen. He knows that Pack is in close pursuit, but it is Gwen making a mistake, clips the inside line, and that opens up the door for Pack and Papou to potentially get the finalist mode enabled themselves. But Carl Jr. is lurking in the shadows, Sinas, and we have one identity remaining.
Here we go. What a battle between the last 3 players. After Gwen makes a mistake, he went for the DNF, and the battle is on. It is only 0.1 of a second behind everybody, but Papou takes the lead coming into the identity. Papou is the one who is about to get the win, unless he gives it away to someone else. Here we go. He gives it away, but who is getting the gift? It's gonna be Pack, or is it Carl Jr.? Carl Jr. has more speed, but I think, yes, Pack is the one who locks it in.
Wow.
What an end to the last round.
Look at the times as well. 2:18.91 up against a 2:19 something. That is just a fantastic race there. Papou had it in the bag, but he was risking it a little bit too much. And now we are going to Papou's pick, half pipe. And this is going to be a banger.
Oh my.
Alle hands on deck, like we say in Dutch.
This is gonna be crazy. I mean, it is Papou's pick, but he's also the one who doesn't have a finalist yet.
Exactly. But Papu has shown that he is the fastest on this map as well, Sinas. And
Yeah.
I truly believe that he is gonna go and take the win here.
Wow, you're completely calling out Papu, even though he's not finalist, he wins here.
Yes, exactly. He has shown, out of the 2 times halfpipe has been driven, that he is the fastest.
All right, well, I'm gonna say something crazy too then.
Okay, go for it.
Pack wins first round.
What? Wow, that is a ballsy statement right there.
Yep.
Oof.
I've been wrong before, but not this time.
Okay, okay. That's crazy. Okay. But yeah, I think if one player makes a mistake at the dirt jumps, that is a DNF. I'm pretty sure it is an insta DNF if one of these guys are crashing at these 2 jumps here.
Yeah, it will take that you're just seconds behind. So unless everybody makes the mistake at the same time, it's over. And here as well, if you Gwen actually gets a really good one there, but if you touch the wall there because you went for too much low slide, that's also basically over. And then whew, here we go. This is gonna be a beauty.
Oh, what an identity by Gwen there. Oh, he clips the last and he gets the speed penalty and cannot make the final jump. How fantastic is that?
Yeah. I've seen that speed penalty before somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. But here we go, man. This could be the round where we see the first winner. And that person could be Pack, Gwen, or Carl that moves on to the final phase. First round on halfpipe. This is Papu's choice, so I will spectate Papu. He is also the person that has no finalist status yet, so he needs to get it going here. Gets a terrible start. No sliding. And right now already puts himself in a very disadvantage. However, the map basically unfolds at the identity. And a 0.3 disadvantage doesn't mean anything for Papu, because we have seen some crazy lines. However, he is struggling a lot by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, making another mistake. However, he is still 0.55 behind Gwen, Carl. Like I said, it doesn't mean anything yet until we have cleared these jumps and the identity. Of course, we have 1 full lap remaining. Gwen still taking first place. The first difficult section coming in. Who is getting the no slide good? It is Papu, actually not no slide. Carl Jr.? What was that mistake? He just steered to the left, but he's out. That is a big mistake by Carl. And here we go. The flying Papu on the identity. He is already closing the gap towards Pack. It is Pack who is losing a lot of momentum, but he is making it. Papu is closing the gap a little bit towards Gwen, but it looks like Pack has an extremely good exit in that final jump and takes over the first place from Gwen.
Yeah, here we go. The battle between Pack and Gwen. Carl, Papu was not able to do the god tier halfpipe here, at least in the first lap. But hey, he might do it again. The gap is not that big, and it is small enough for Papu to pull it off here in the second lap. Oh, Pack makes a mistake. He loses so much speed. Did he make that jump? Yes, he did, but he is very far behind now. Gwen in the lead. Papu, the only one who can keep up with him, going into the dirt. And even though Papu was struggling so much at the start of the first lap, he is now in second place, and that is pretty good for him. Now coming even closer to Gwen as well. Into the dirt jumps we go. Everybody needs to make it here. And we do so indeed. Carl Jr. is still more than 5 seconds behind. He is not gonna be first this round unless something incredibly crazy happens. Here we go into the no slide turn. Everybody makes it, but not Papu. Papu does not make it. And he is out. Gwen kind of getting a free ticket here to the top 2 of the TMGL season. What is happening? Gwen is already finalist. It is only Pack who can do it. It is Pack who can do it. Is Pack gonna do it? He does not do it.
Oh my god.
Oh, Pack tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, Gwen wins.
Yep. Gwen does it again. He clears the map and he is now top 2, automatically qualifying himself for the World Cup and also for the 1v1 battle after we crown the second place in this match. As we go into this one. Papu still hasn't won a single round here. That is quite noteworthy. But now he is up against 2 players instead of 3. So that is a little bit easier. However, the 2 giants, Pack and Carl, definitely have the pace. Papu, however, looking very, very good in the start here. Pack is the only one that is really close. Carl Jr. loses a little bit of momentum on the transitions. However, can potentially capitalize on a future mistake from one of these players in front. As we are going into the 2 dirt jumps. Are they gonna clear it? Pack is jumping very far to the left. Fantastic jump. It is Papu who clips, gets the speed penalty. And that is so bad for him. 0.5 of a second. But we have seen Papu with some great identities. However, he is sliding this. It is all going bad for Papu here. And it is looking like the 1v1 will be between Pack and Carl Jr. right now. Papu needs to get a miracle. He needs a miracle to happen on this identity. He is jumping very low. Carl Jr. loses all of his speed. It is Pack also losing all of his speed. It is Papu who is shooting forward. He gains 0.7 of a second. It is Pack and Carl Jr. shaking in their boots. Papu with the great comeback. He knows that he has to push it. It is 0.2 of a second. Pack almost going a little bit too wide. It is Carl Jr. with the lower gear. Gets overtaken by Papu. Pack, however, not with the greatest line here. Loses a bit of momentum. Papu can strike. But it is... Oh my god. The pressure that these guys must be feeling is also high. Pack now 0.4, 0.5 ahead of the players behind him. As we are approaching this very difficult section, Papu almost clips the inside of the wall. Pack still holding on to that 4/10 for dear life, but he knows these dirt jumps and the identity are still coming up. Oh, is that a mistake by Carl Jr.? No, it is not. It looks like Pack is making the mistake though. Drops the gear. Sinas, take it away.
Oh my god, here we go into the last part. It is Pack still in first, but I mean, Papu, we've seen him take more than 0.7 of a second last round. And can he do that again? Here he goes, the halfway is already done. Here he goes for the attack on Pack. Papu, what are you doing? He's actually did it! Are you kidding me? Papu, gold mode again!
Oh my god.
He's absolutely insane!
Holy moly.
Oh, it's not over yet, of course, because Papu just gets finalist.
This is the final. This is gonna decide everything.
This is it.
Final round. Oh man. What a race. 3 finalists, 1 spot remaining. Papu has the momentum from the previous round. Pack must be feeling very, very upset about losing that round with a 0.5 of an advantage right now. It is Carl Jr. leading the race here. Pack is getting a lot of speed out of this transition, but it is all too close to call here. This is gonna be decided in the identity most likely once again, as we have Carl Jr. going for an alternative line. It is Pack who takes over first place. The dirt jumps are gonna decide quite a bit here. Are we gonna see someone clipping their back tires? I hope not. It is looking good. It is... Oh, no, 2 players! It is Carl Jr. with the greatest opportunity, but he drops his gear afterwards. It is Papu now, capitalizing on that mistake. The no-slide strategy is coming in hot. Papu with a little bit more speed. Where's Pack? Pack is 0.6 behind. Pack is losing it all. He needs to full risk it now. The UK player needs to go for it. It is Carl versus Papu. Papu once again with a very low jump. He gets it really good. I see Pack glimpse of his car, but then he loses it again. Going into lap 2, it is Carl Jr. with the lead. Papu in second. Oh my god.
It is not over yet. Pack almost going for the Papu God tier mode, but sadly he did clip a little bit, got the speed penalty and was not able to go for any overtakes, but he did close in even though he got that speed penalty, so that should say something about his identity right there. And right now, I don't know what he is doing, but he's taking as much airtime as possible. Out. See you later. Pack is dead. And now, it is all between Carl Jr. and Papu, but Carl Jr. is the one who's in the lead by 0.7 of a second. Hey, 0.7 of a second. That reminds me of something. What was? That was the exact amount that Papu was able to catch up 2 rounds ago. Can he do that again? Let's see. It is not over yet, even though the gap seems so big. This is half-pipe on TMGL. The dirt jumps have been cleared. Carl Jr. still looking strong. Needs to extend his lead more and more to be able to save the end a little bit here. No slides for Papu. Carl Jr. is able to capitalize on that. Takes a bit more speed out of it. But now, this is going to be the identity. Who will be second to go into the next phase? Oh, Papu went for it, but the Sag in a half. He goes for the respawn, and Carl Jr. does not. GG.
There we have it. Carl Jr. and Gwen once again battling it out in the grand final after this. Very unfortunate for Pac, but like I said, he already showed a disappointment when halfpipe was chosen. Also Papu, I mean, he could have picked Paradise. He was fantastic on Paradise, but then decided to go with halfpipe, possibly because he felt like the others were not up to par. And oh, it is gonna be top 3 actually being driven, so there's gonna be 1 round on circles here.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, for oh, that makes sense, I guess.
So we're gonna have 1 round here on circles, and in my book, I think Pac has the upper hand here. But like I said, Pac hasn't driven circles yet in one of these matches, so hopefully he can keep his head cool and perform 1 final round. It's literally 1 round that you get, so 1 mistake could be the end.
Yeah, and I mean, we are battling for bronze medal here. That is a battle worth watching for sure, between the Titans, Pac and Papu, who have been here for years with us and once again are at the top of the standings. Both of them having great seasons of their own. As you can remember, Papu with that insane step 1 and Pac just so many times. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if Pac was the one losing the most amount of points, because I've seen him on the top of the scoreboard at start of steps a lot of times at least.
Yeah, and Pac here going for a nice identity line. Wonder what Papu is doing. Let's have a look. Papu gets the first one really smooth. Let's have a look at... okay, so they do have different approaches here in the identity that could decide a lot. As there's 3 seconds remaining. This is gonna be it. Will we see Pac get 3rd place here, or is Papu gonna get 3rd place? It is 1 round. 1 round to rule them all. We do have Papu with a different start line, but Pac comes back strong here. Nothing to call yet. A proper 1v1 battle. The first most important part of the map is coming up, the ice wall. Papu with a very tight line here. Actually stays ahead by 0.2, but is Pac able to catch up here? He does. He has the superior exit speed, and he will carry that all the way through this full speed section. Is gonna go for a grass wiggle as well. And look at the extra momentum you get. That is exactly the power of the grass wiggle, and takes over that 1st place. Papu with a terrible line here. This could be it already.
Yeah, I mean, Papu just messes up right there with that drift, and Pac with the incredible amount of speed from the speed section not only goes for the overtake, but then locks it in really when Papu made a tiny mistake afterwards. But now the identity is so incredibly close, and like you said, we have 2 different approaches. Papu looks... oh my god, but he clips, and now all the speed that you would have...
oh, wow. That's GG.
That is... I mean, it just... yeah.
Yeah, that's game over.
Game over.
Pac knows. Pac will know. He switches on the HUD and sees that he's 5 seconds ahead. That is a 3rd place for Pac. Even if he makes a mistake, I don't think Papu will be able to catch up here. So this is going to be a deserved 3rd place, I would say, for Pac. Did not play... his first phase was extremely good. Then afterwards he looked a little bit shaky on the other maps. So Paradise was definitely his favorite one. And right now he is on his way for the 3rd place. A little bit of an anticlimactic 3rd place battle. However, it happens.
Yeah, I think that actually explains a little bit why Papu might have gone for the half-pipe pick, because Spec was so strong on Paradise in the first phase. Maybe that scared off Papu to pick something else.
Actually, you might be right there. True. So here we see Pack with one final identity. He knows it, and there you go. Pack from M&M Gaming getting 3rd place. Papu and Gamers Origin in 4th.
GG.